Akira Brown. How are you doing today? Good, bad, both? Today we are going to do a report about a book. The book is called Mama Shiba's. Every book of the Mama Shiba books, they have different chapters. And today we are going to do a chapter called Beans in Space. This is what the cover looks like of one of the Mama Shiba books. And this is the back. Let's get started with our story now. First, the Mama Shiba beans were playing that they were in space in their rocket. Then one of the other Mama Shiba beans comes over and tries to teach them about space. But each time when the Mama Shiba bean tried to teach them about space, they thought it was boring. So the Mama Shiba bean made it fun and took them to space. First they went to the moon, then they started jumping, and then they got bored of jumping. So they wanted to go to another planet. So one of the beans wanted to go to Mars because it's red. When one of the beans were driving the rocket, and then while the bean was driving, one of the other Mama Shiba beans wanted to drive, but they got in a big fight. So then they crashed on Mars. The bean's ship was broke. So one of the beans said they might not be alive for even a week. So when they were talking about aliens being on Mars, then they saw aliens. The beans were very thirsty, and the aliens had lemonade. So the beans asked for some lemonade and they got it. The aliens told them to drink their lemonade on an X where they pointed. But then when they were on the X, it was a trap. The aliens did it so they could be their prisoners. Then they huddled up and made a plan to get out. Next thing, the king of the aliens comes close near one of the beans. The bean had a lemon. Then he squirted him right in the eye. The beans ran out, but one didn't. He was too distracted by their technology for the ship. But the others didn't notice until they were on the ship to run away. So the beans was held prisoner. But he annoyed them by asking a lot of questions. But they had a machine pointed towards the bean. But they thought that the bean would turn into jelly. But they were wrong. It made him teleport with his friends in the ship. But there was one problem. They didn't know how to make the ship go to Earth. So they went back to the alien ship. When they got to the ship, one of the beans wanted to drive, but they didn't know how to work it. So the bean pressed a button. But the button that she pressed was a self-destruct button. They only had 10 seconds. They didn't know where to go until they saw a teleporter. They had 5 seconds to get on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They made it. And then they got back home. But there was still one problem. In two groups, their butts got stuck together. Thank you for listening to my report about beans in space. With
Can I
Akira Brown.
zoom in on your project? Do you want to explain your box, sir? What about your box?
Okay, so this is about the box. So these are some problems. This is when they crashed, got in a fight, and then trapped. And this is the main problems. Forgot a bean, which was their friend, and then when one of them hit self-destruct. And right here is how they got the problem fixed, by going to the teleporter.
Oh, I like that. I like your layout, Akira.
And
Do you have time for questions?
Yeah, do you have any questions also?
Okay, let me ask the audience. Falkor, do you have any questions? None? Okay. Well, I have a question, Akira. So, why did you choose this book to do a book report? You've read many other books.
Yes. Well, this book is a new book that I saw on Amazon. And then I got one, and I got two more from my father. And then on one of them, this one, on the loop,